Trick or treat in February? On certain nights in Anderson, it may very well seem to be. Our own Amber Williams set out for the State Theater in Anderson for this horrifying report.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show is an exciting way to spend a Friday night. Perhaps you've heard many of the rumors about Rocky Horror, so why do people still go to the event?
I think you hit a chord. I mean, you get a lot of people who do lots of strange things, and the regular movie-going public just didn't enjoy it at all, but you get the freaks that come out at midnight, and it hit a chord.
Because it's just a good way to get out your, I don't know, anger, your feelings, you know, you just kind of go nuts just one night, and it's kind of cheap.
It's a countercultural, it's counterculture. All of us freaks that didn't, fit in junior high kind of hang out, now.
When the Rocky Horror Picture Show premiered in 1975, the film was a box office disaster. One reason that this movie became popular is that the audience developed actions and dialogue to go along with scenes in the movie.
Back in 75, 76, in that area, they kind of got bored with the show, and so they started making up their own dialogue. And then there's a little bit of ego and a little bit of smart remarks going on, and it developed into a whole dialogue that runs right along with the movie.
If you want to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show, it plays Friday nights at midnight at the State Theater in Anderson. If you're still unsure about attending this crazy event, listen to what these people have to say.
I mean, afterwards we bring them in, we make them part of the family, and that's what we are here. We're a big family.
I do it at least once. I mean, it's worth it. It's definitely worth the time.
We liked it. It was much better than Cats. We will see it again and again and again.
For Connections, this is Amber Williams.
You too can join in the Rocky Horror fun. The State Theater screens this cult classic every Friday night at midnight. The State Theater is located at 1303 Meridian in Anderson. With Hoosier hysteria heating up in Indiana, Muncie basketball fans have something more to add to the excitement. The Minnetrista Cultural Center's newest exhibit, Why Indiana Became Basketball Country, opened its doors to visitors this week. Guests are greeted by basketball games in progress with life-size cutouts of players. Replicas of the 1930s barbershop and a 1980s family room are featured to show the more relaxed side of the sport. To find out more on why Indiana was chosen as the basketball state, you can stop by the Minnetrista Cultural Center. The exhibit runs until July 6th. Tickets are $5 for adults, $3 for children, students, and senior citizens. Family passes are $15. Now it's time to take a look at some of the events that are going on around the Muncie area. The Ball State School of Music is presenting a jazz ensemble on February 28th at 11 a.m. Then at 8 p.m., the Wind Ensemble will perform. Both shows will be at Emmons Auditorium and admission is free. Fascinating Rhythm, a Gershwin Gala, is at Wilson Middle School this Sunday. The address is 3100 South Tillotson Avenue. Tickets are $7 and $3.50 for students and senior citizens. HMS Pinafore is playing at Ball State's University Theater. This love story runs through March 2nd. Tickets are $10 for general public, $7 for senior citizens, and $5 for students. Rick Fisher, a past guest on the show, is performing at the Radisson Hotel Roberts in Muncie. His magic show plays Friday and Saturday nights. Architecture in Perspective is on display now through March 19th at the College of Architecture and Planning at Ball State University. It's in the exhibition gallery and celebrates works by contemporary architectural illustrators. The East Central Indiana Photography exhibit will be at the Minnetrista Cultural Center Saturday and Sunday, March 8th and 9th. Admission is free. Well, that's all the time we have for entertainment. We now head back over to Beth and John.
It is that time of year again. The Indiana High School basketball tournament is well on its way.
And that means that it's Hoosier Hysteria time again. For more on this story and other local sports, we head over to Connections sportsman Brad Brown. Brad?
Thank you, Beth. Last night, round one of the 87th annual Indiana High School Athletic Association boys basketball tournament got underway at 64 sectional sites across the state. Here's a look at some of the local scores from Tuesday night's action. We start in Muncie. Tuesday night, game one, Central over Cowan, 94-56. And in game two, the Burris Owls defeat Daleville, 70-64 in overtime. At Newcastle, Blue River over Morton Memorial, 80-45. And the second-ranked Newcastle Trojans over Tri, 96-51. At Anderson, Frankton defeats Anderson Madison Heights, 66-63. Alexandria over Elwood 74-69. At Richmond, Centerville over Union of Modoc 84-77. And in Game 2, Winchester beats Richmond 49-42. At Marion, the host Giants over Oak Hill 72-55. Eastbrook beats Marion Christian 69-32. At Jay County, Wapahani over Jay County 59-58. Union City beats Monroe Central in Game 2 47-42. And at Huntington North over Wabash in Game 1 32-29. Blackford over Whites 69-45. Now a look at the semifinal matchups for Thursday night. First at Muncie. Game 1 has the 6th-rated Muncie South Rebels taking on Yorktown, Central, and Burris in Game 2. At Newcastle, it's Knightstown versus Shenandoah. Blue River and the 2nd-ranked Trojans in Game 2. At Anderson Highland takes on number 5 Anderson in the first game. Frankton and Alexandria Game 2. Richmond has Northeastern and Randolph Southern in the first game. Game 2, Centerville versus Winchester. And at Marion, Madison Grant takes on Mississinewa in Game 1. Marion and Eastbrook in the second game. On to Ball State basketball now, where the Cardinal men's team hits the road one final time. BSU is in Oxford, Ohio tonight to take on the Miami Redskins. The Cards are tied for 5th in the MAC with Western Michigan and have their sights set on 4th place Miami. The Cards defeated the Redskins 74-64 on January 27th at University Arena. Bonzie Wells led the Cards with 21 points and 6 rebounds. Dwayne Clemens and Marcus Mason added 15 points each in the win. Ball State is coming off a big win Saturday over Eastern Michigan, 107-89. Bonzie again led the Cards with 33 points. Senior Randy Zachary added 19 points and 10 assists, and Clemens scored 15. After the game, Coach Ray McCallum talked about his team's performance away from University Arena.
Well, I mean, it's something that we've discussed, and as a team in our team meetings and getting our focus and what we have to do. We've had enough experience out there now. I mean, we know what it's like, and I mean, our guys do go on the road with confidence. And we just have to stay aggressive on the road. We've had lapses of 2-3 minutes that have killed us, and that happens. We have to prevent. We have to stop runs once we get out on the road. I mean, everybody's going to have 2 or 3 runs, but we've got to limit those runs, and we've got to strike back. And but with a victory like this, guys, I mean, we're going to go to Miami with confidence. I mean, we are. And we're going to go out, and we know what we have to do, and we're going to have a solid game plan. We're going to know their personnel, and we're going to prepare for victory.
The game tips off at 7 p.m. tonight. It can be seen live right here on WIPB. And tonight, the Ball State women's basketball team will also entertain Miami. The Cardinal women are coming off an 86-71 loss at Eastern Michigan on Saturday. Shar Thompson led the Cards with 19 points. In their first meeting this season, the Redskins beat Ball State 67-61 at Miami on January 29th. Shar Thompson had 23 points in that game to lead BSU. The Cards are tied with Bowling Green for 4th in the Mid-American Conference, but a win would put them in a tie for 3rd with Miami. Tip-off out at University Arena tonight is at 7 o'clock. And this weekend, Cardinal fans can get their fill of Ball State athletic events. On Friday night, the women's gymnastics team will be at home against Bowling Green. The meet will be held at Irving Gym, and it starts at 7 o'clock. The men's and women's basketball teams will wrap up their regular seasons on Saturday against the Toledo Rockets. The men's game tips off at 1 p.m. while the women's game starts at 7 o'clock. The Lady Rockets currently lead the MAC standings. And on Sunday, the BSU men's volleyball team will take over University Arena. The Volley Cards take on Rutgers Newark Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. That'll do it for sports this week's On Connections. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks. Now back to John and Beth.
This semester on Connections, we've started a new community service with the help of the Muncie's Action for Animals chapter. Each week we're featuring local animals who are in need of homes. Action for Animals is a non-for-profit animal adoptions agency which works to place animals in safe homes. Joining us this week in studio is Action for Animals Program Director Kimberly Small and Terry Ponzi. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Could you, Kimberly, go ahead and tell us exactly what Action for Animals is all about?
Sure. Action for Animals, we provide a lot of services to our community. We are a nonprofit group. We deal strictly with volunteer work and with donations made by the community from our memberships and just other people in the community, we provide foster homes for stray animals, dogs or cats. We have educational, we go to schools, and we also have a program called Touching Paws, which takes pets to visit in nursing homes and at the schools and the hospitals. We just try to deal as much as we can, trying to help our community understand. One of our big goals is to help people understand the importance of spay-neuter, and that's pretty much it.
Where do you keep your animals?
The foster homes are the main place where we keep our animals, and that is people who volunteer to open their homes to the animal. Action for Animals takes care of the veterinarian bills and the feed, and we provide, the volunteer provides the time and the safe environment for them until we can get them placed.
Okay, and I see you have one of your little orphans with you today.
Yes, this is Terry with Gidget.
This is Gidget, everybody. She is a little over a year old. She will be spayed in about 3 more weeks. She was a stray and was infected with heartworm, but that has been treated, and as you can see, she's good as new. She's very loving and would make a wonderful, wonderful family pet. So this is Gidget. Turn around and show your pretty face.
That's wonderful. How would somebody who wanted to adopt a pet through Action for Animals, whether it be Gidget or another animal, how would they go about doing that? Who would they contact?
Anyone who's interested in Action for Animals, whether it be to adopt or if they're found a stray or want to volunteer, become a foster home, or even just a member, can call our number at 741-7858. And it's a message service, and they can leave a message, and then we will return their call.
We would like to thank all of our guests for joining us this evening, and we'd like to thank you for watching. For Connections, I'm John Perlich.
And I'm Beth Livingston.
Mancino's of Muncie has something on their menu for patrons of all ages. People are greeted with a smile and receive prompt and friendly service. Menu items are available for dine-in or carry-out. Mancino's is a proud supporter of programming on WIPB.